All right, let's get things started. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Apex Legends Proving Grounds. A beautiful evening for ladies' night, isn't it? Gorgeous, gorgeous evening for ladies' night. Hello, Tunda. Hello, Haley. Do have a delay on, letting you guys know now. But hello, hello. So excited to see you both. Gosh. All right, so we will be starting things off here on World's Edge. We do have 2 games ahead of us here on the World's Edge portion, and then we'll move over to Storm Point, and we'll play a couple games there, and then we'll kind of bounce back to World's Edge, and then bounce over to Storm Point yet again. It's a little bit chaotic, but it keeps the competitors on their toes, I feel, as best as possible, at least. But we are getting ready to drop in here. Game number 1. Coming at us very shortly. We do have an interesting zone here. Northeast Pole. Now, Northeast has a couple different contests. One of them that we're going to be keeping an eye on is Survey Camp right up here. It's going to be a contest between STN and Bulletproof. Overlook, which is going to be where so much damn action comes from this evening, as we have a triple contest. Overlook is going to consist of Hex Girls, MYS, and Insomnia, while the little respawn town directly to the east of Fragment right over here. We should see MYS potentially and Insomnia splitting off over there. So definitely we'll be keeping an eye here. As mentioned, there's going to be a contest over at Survey Camp, but Hex Girls have been, I believe they went 2-1 in the Princess Cup the other night here. So we're going to be jumping on board with the Hex Girls. Hex Girls will be doing a little punching here off bat. Crit going to be taking some damage early as the Bangalore. Does have an RE45 in hand, a little bit of ammunition to work with. Crit potentially about to go down. She does see Vita now trying to get away. Not going to happen. And Kyoto, that is unfortunately going to be it for Hex Girls. Hex Girls fall early to the likes of Insomnia at the initial contest. Over to STN, where Bulletproof is also eliminated. That's it. That's the contest. That's it. We're done. We're over with. So we'll give it a little bit here. One of the teams that we're watching, obviously, LG Red, our 3-time champion here in the Proving Grounds. The only other team to win this year is going to be Kyoto, who has won twice. So looking to either crown a new winner or bring home some repetitive gold glory. The LG Red always landing this western side skyhook over on this part of Trials. We have MYS just a little bit over on this eastern portion of things. So we'll keep an eye on contests as they progress. If you do have a specific team you'd like to throw up on the screen, put their name in chat. That's totally okay. And if you do want to keep up with scores as we go, it's going to be Command Now, N-O-W. Very easy. Very easy. If you need me to spell it again, just let me know. Happy to help.
Let us catch them unaware. Optics here. Close range.
But down to 18 teams already here as round 1 is going to get set to close. Bulletproof and Hex Girls, the only 2 teams eliminated thus far. Again, both off of early contest. MYS opting to not drop in on that, and you know what? I think that was a wise decision on their part.
Got an extended energy mag here, level 2.
Instead moving all the way up to Sky East, so kind of disengaging with this whole fight over here in Overlook and Respawn Town. Or whatever, somebody was calling it something weird the other day. Now I can't remember, but that's okay. It does look like we've got MVL moving in from the Harvester portion. That is going to be where they landed over on board with the Bunny Corps, who actually rotated over from staging. So they're both rotating through this pinch here at the same time. And right now we're going to jump on board with MVL. MVL very aware that they do have players outside. And I swear this 30-30 has been meta all over again. It was in every single game of ranked I played today. Emma going to be utilizing that drone to its full capabilities here, so calling out those players, letting them know where those players are sitting, as we do have some Catalyst collision walls here. Steel taking her time. You only got 5 ads. You know what? That is exactly why I bought Twitch Nitro. Or Twitch Turbo, whatever the hell it's called, where you never get ads ever again. It's worth the $12 a month, I tell you. Especially if you're somebody like me who works from their PC all day. Team Rain getting ready to join the fight. They're coming in through Northern Landslide here. This is going to be a little bit chaotic for Bunny Corps as Electricize is trying to get out of the situation right now. May be able to do so as Rain jumps into this fight very quickly. That should be Mango chasing down. That's going to be Electricized. Just trying to get away from this. Smooth little wall bounce there as MVL now moving in from underneath that vault tunnel.
Let's check out this
One of them over there.
Emma going to throw the drone out once
I got
again,
one
try
over
and
there.
spot these players out. Where are they leaving to? Which paths are they taking away? A couple hemlock shots going to try and take that drone down. Not going to matter. The drone does get destroyed at the very last second.
Let's go that way.
Thank you for making me sound silly, Mr. Drone. Bangalore ults coming out here from MVL. Against MVL. That's going to be a Rain Bangalore ult.
That way, go.
Mango now taking some time to heal up. Giannier doing the same exact thing. Light. If you're looking for a video editor, I heard a Light
Target spotted.
is in the market, available. If you've ever seen the Lust versus TSM little, silly little goofy montages on Twitter because nobody calls it X, make sure to give Light a shout. So it looks like all three teams actually able to get away with that with at least one player. Electricized is going to be representing Bunny Core here as the solo. I see 3M and K taking some fights here. It's going to be up against Team Athena. Team Athena sitting on this western portion of Harvester. You do have some walls here to work with for cover, but not a lot of head peek abilities unless you're kind of, an absolute monster and jump up and kind of throw some shots over the wall. But you will kind of, potentially put yourself into a bad situation once you get broken.
Mosey there.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Hydro Jug Stan Club. Because Stanley Cups are garbage. And Hydro Jugs, let me tell you, I think we have 3 large plastic ones. We have 2 of the new 40-ounce ones, and we have, I believe, 2 of the stainless, like the half-gallon ones. Me and my wife, huge fans of Hydro Jug. Not everybody needs a Stanley, and I'm sorry, Stanleys are a little bit overplayed. I love the fact that they gave a car to somebody at one point, but I'm not a huge fan. Insomnia engaging now, SCN. We are back over at Overlook. This is where Insomnia took down X-Girls early here in game. Quick shots there out of Envy, the car in hand. Gonna be able to take down Shima. And that was, I believe that would be awesome right there. Takes it now, takes some unfortunate snaps, makes it drop down, has it in hand, almost takes down the Fusey, but not going to be able to do it. Insomnia coming out on top of another team here inside of Overlook. However, they are getting ready to get pushed by the likes of TSM. Fiery Sabs and Fave have been feeling hungry and aggressive as of late, rightfully so. They've got the skill to go up against the likes of Insomnia. Quick little try there out of Fave, not going to be able to get the full connection. Insomnia should be able to rotate into this lower portion of Overlook for the time being. 3 kills already to Julie Antic's name. 6 KP. We have another fight up here. The likes of, Survey Camp. This is going to be MYS LG Red. Bad Intentions, that's who that is. Watch Bloody and Bad Intentions the other night in the Princess Cup, and now we're watching them here again in the Proving Grounds of the Ladies League. Are going to lose Jen Boyd on the initial loss there, playing a little bit of door trickery. Tattooed Gamer going to be taking some damage. Again, beautiful use of the Thermites and the Arc Stars to keep the players at bay. Sneaking now, going to throw out some smokes. Gaps going to clean up Jen's Boyd, top right of your screen. Also got an immune fight going on, which we'll hop over to momentarily after this. We talked enough about them earlier this week. By the way, I do want to go on record saying this is my 3rd time streaming in 1 week, so I'm officially a full-time content creator. Thank you. I know. Big changes over here. It's going to be just Bad Intentions now versus MYS LG Red on the rotation away. You can see them on the top right here.
Roger, that spot's calling to
Here
us.
with Rain, they're down in the epicenter portion. Kieto getting ready to play bridge here just outside Climatizer. Do have a little bit of a transition to make it all the way over here.
Evil Harvester here.
Did miss the immune fight. Immune was able to, I believe, clean that up. No problems whatsoever. PVG grabbing 2 of those for her team. We order our Hydro Jugs right from Hydro Jug. We actually ordered them like years ago, and then Stanley made cups popular, or so they think. Yeah, we've had our hydro jugs for literally years. Mine's very beat up and sticker bombed.
Watch it.
If you remind me on Instagram, I'll show you the ones I got. MYS going to be doing a little bit of damage from range, utilizing the 2x4 sight here on that R301. I almost called it a 1301, like I have never. Gameplay too loud. Copy that. Gameplay down to 70. Easy peasy. See, this is why I need people to yell at me and tell me that my sound's all different. Exactly now moving towards this epicenter portion of the map. We've got plenty of teams over here in Overlook. A lot of teams expecting that full pull. As you can see here, we've got a little bit of a different strategy out of Wee-Woo. Maxine, Janie, and Ash Wee just holding this inner tunnel here. As you can tell, this next circle is not hitting the edge, so it's not going to exactly hard pull the way some of these teams are expecting. There will be a little bit of Overlook left in play, but it's not going to be the Overlook that we know and love. You've got a couple big silos right here you'd be able to play on the top of in this next zone, but... yeah, I'll keep the game volume at 65. I think that's what I normally kept it at. And then I turned it up to like 80 last time, so... in a couple minutes, sound should balance for you. All right, next circle has come out, and I think we're going to see some confusion out of players, although I say that, and Avalon and Athena have already moved into Respawn Town, knowing where this next zone could potentially be going. Avalon, however, putting themselves in one of the, I'd say, lesser desirable spots here in Respawn Town, utilizing some of those trailers. Going to use the cat wall now, move their way over, potentially take a building. And they did call out Bunny Core, who has taken one of the primary buildings here. You got a couple different rooms to work with. You do have some height on this building. However, it's not exactly the building that you want to get stuck in as of late game, just in case there are any fuse ults coming through. LG Red, Bad Intentions going to be eliminated on an early fight. So if we jump over to, did not see where Bad Intentions actually were. STN to be going for that quick pickup there. 3M and K taking their time. Setting up for their real estate. We do got a nice fight over here between Immune and, that was going to be Immune and DZ. So I saw the icons flashing too late. We're gonna, you know what? We're gonna figure it out come next game, okay? Yet a reminder, they were the winners of the last one. The only team so far this year to take down LG Red. There'll be plenty of shots here. Team Pink, they do have one down. It's going to be Margot that's down. More will fall there at the hands of Kieto. Pink will be eliminated in 12 points. Reminder, all you have to do to get a placement point is get to the top 15. Placement points from there, of course, will scale.
Enemy spotted.
Break those down a little bit more as we go. Right now, Wee-Woo with so much real estate carved out for themselves, there's no way for teams to really come behind them with Ashby watching this angle. See, Ashby's just kind of perched up on a stair right now, taking her time, hasn't moved. Absolutely insanity. Just dedication to the cause. No one's gonna flank us. Not here. You see MYS, Rain, numerous different teams over here on this northeastern side of things. Beautiful quick shots there out of Mandy. Mandy might potentially drop down there. Not going to. Okay, that was a close one. I was a little worried Mandy's going to follow suit there. Do have access to the crafter right there. Notice Mandy was a little low on heavy ammo. Although her teammates got 374, so maybe the whole team itself is not. Kieto also going to be eliminated in the top right there. As we do see it drop down from MYS. That was a quick wipe there on Team Rain. He's going to start to dwindle down now. We've only got 9 squads left. Now that we're inside of the top 10, all teams guaranteed at least 2 placement points plus a single point for each of those kills. We'll talk about standings and such once we finish up game number 1. Bunny Core still alive, looking to take some high ground here right by the actual respawn beacon.
Got a live one out there.
We should continue there.
Head that way.
3M and K trying to use the longbow here, Yosi. Only a couple rounds left to work with. Gonna hit those window shots. Little scan reminds them that players are over there. Players are situated. And that's going to be Avalon that they're actually taking shots at right now. We taking some of those Nemesis shots, which is just the worst feeling in the world to get, full Nemesis if you're trying to hide and just get some shields off. But going to be able to hide for the time being. STN, I believe they do have high ground over MYS. They do. So not going to be able to drop down on them just yet. At least you don't want to drop down. That's, kind of worst case scenario. You're absolutely getting pushed. You're going to have to fight for your life. But they should not have to do that here. As zones do start to close in, STN getting ready to take this fight here against TSM. TSM watching this northern portion, trying to hide just a little bit here. They do hear the devotion coming out on the other side of this fight. They are going to lose Toucan. STN down to a team of 2. This is going to be the full swing here out of TSM. And STN will be eliminated, almost losing Fave and Sabs there in that initial contest. The devotion now, as it spins up and continues to shoot, the hipfire actually gets more accurate. It's a menace in these late games. 7 squads left. Team Immune.
Let's go.
Team that placed top 3 in every single game Wednesday night. Looking to do it again here. Looking to join the elite with an improving rounds winners.
Never mind.
It's a very small elite club, okay? It's very elite. Trust me, I would know. All right, Haley, I appreciate you coming through. Thank you, thank you.
An enemy out there with my eyes.
You can see what Immune's doing here. They do still have high ground in this little respawn area.
There is a close door.
This next zone going to be one hell of a pull.
Let's go this way.
As we do have MYS, unfortunately, with their back against the wall here. Quite literally against the wall. What Mandy's doing right now is completely encouraged. It's professional radism at its best. This is actually... Hold on, we're going to free cam this because this is how bats hang out. Look at that. That right there. That is all you need to worry about. Just climb up inside of these tunnels, rat your way to a top 10 in ranked. You will be guaranteed Master Predator by the end of the season. Guaranteed.
Enemies far off. Let's center ourselves.
Zone's going to start to close. I would love to keep an eye on Bunny Core as they start to push in. And has started to take a little damage. Lily taking damage. No shields left for the entire team of Bunny Core. Only a white knockdown to work with. Bunny Core eliminated. Immune pushing up quickly. 3 MNK. They're relatively out in the open as well. A little bit of ground to work with. Not a lot of cover in front of them. Athena will be eliminated. 5th place. A 4-point game for them. 5, yes. 5th is 4, yes. 4-point game for placements. We'll see what they get for kills here after game 1. Like I said, we'll talk about scores afterwards. TSM with high ground on this. TSM can essentially wait this one out for as long as they'd like. Push themselves in with ease. That's going to be Kyrie downing Narnia. There is an EVA 8 in the field right now. You can see it spawning there in the care package. Players, unless they've scanned the care package, will know that EVA 8 completely out in the open. It would be a death sentence currently. But an EVA 8 final ring could be
Another bogey.
a very exciting way to finish things off.
What's this place here?
MYS sitting down bottom very comfortably. They have the boxes here of 3 MNK.
Enemy.
3 squads left. Going to be Immune, ESM, and MYS.
Watch contact.
MYS still hanging out down here. They've got some shield swaps to work with, which are wonderful, wonderful assets. As we get later in this game, being able to quickly shield swap those cores, exceptionally important. This is going to be Team Immune getting ready to take on the likes of TSM. Reminder, TSM, the team with high ground. Right now, Vipesky using this rock as a little bit of cover, a very heads-up play. Unfortunately, not going to be able to utilize that catalyst wall as best as they would have liked to. Ren will fall. TSM now getting ready to take high ground. Devotion in the hands of Favorite. It's going to be a beautiful finish there for TSM. Now trying to make these final connections. Favorite trying to stay alive. Kyrie is airborne. We have a Valkyrie on the field. And let's see what MYS does. MYS, while they did come in from this a little bit late with high ground, doing plenty of damage right now. You can see the thermite adding to damage here for Mandy. Reminder, Mandy Pink, I believe she is 13 years old and dominating as MYS comes out and wins game number 1 of Ladies Night. A beautiful finish there from MVS. They played very slow down in that tunnel. They took their time. They waited for the correct time to attack. They let TSM and Immune engage first, moved in and took control, and that is a game 1 win for MVS. We'll be back with game number 2 in just a few minutes. All right, we are coming back in here for game number 2. We're going to turn off the leaderboard there, and we're going to talk about scores a little as we get ready for game number 2 here on World's Edge of Ladies Night. MYS obviously coming out on top of that game, 19 points to their name. TSM did add a couple of extra kill points, so they're actually coming into second place as an 18-point team. Immune in third with 17. 3MNK in fourth with 10. Athena tied with Rain in fifth, 8 points total. If you would like to see the scores as well as a more detailed breakdown, use Command now and check out the overstat results there. Other than that, hey, let's see where things are going next. Another central circle. We'll see where this one's going to pull as we get some more data, but we do, reminder, tend to see drops or contests, over at Overlook, so we will jump over to the Overlook contest. It was a Hex Girls, the Insomnia last time. Do want to see if Hex Girl is able to come out on top of that contest.
Let's go that way.
To Hex Girls and get their POV. We'll jump over to Crit right off the bat this time. See if they're able to get the weapons they need to make things happen. Bangalore going to be landing right next to Fusey. Going to be able to get a 30-30 versus a Nemesis. Nemesis in the hands of Hex Girls. Going to have back here. Smoke will come out from Crit, allowing this rotation to the other side. Hex Girls is down to 1 for the time being. Not sure can Crit get away. See Insomnia on the chase. That was a beautiful chase cam, wasn't it? Wasn't it? I know.
I'm out of light ammo.
And that is unfortunately going to be it for Hex Girls. Insomnia will go up 2-0 on the contest over at Overlord. Now over here to Survey Camp. One of the contests we missed earlier is going to be Bulletproof versus STN. STN, they are up 1-0 on this contest. You do want to get through this contest. Excuse me, before you do get third party, we will definitely have a new circle here. See, the circle does touch the outer edge of things. Beautiful wingman shot as we swap back to that real quick. Here's those next couple ones. Beautiful shot out of the charge set. Gem gonna push in. Gem is gonna finish it up. Bulletproof will unfortunately go down 0-2 in their contest against STN. Does look like we have a DC from Quieto. Where are they? An unfortunate DC from Quieto. We do have to keep things going, however. The DC took place after kills were already logged on the leaderboard. Just as a reminder for all players. 1 second while I just... There we go. All right. We're good to go. We're going to watch some of these teams as they get ready. Let's see what MVL is doing as they're getting ready to move in towards the monument. They do have eyes on Bad Intentions, I believe that was they were pinging. So they definitely... I don't think that they had located Avalon just yet.
Beacon, there.
Very well might have. There's going to be 3 teams here in this Monument West Fragment area to start things off.
Let us regroup here, Fly Fighters.
Shield cell here. Thank you.
Potentially just taking their time. Taking some time to loot. They're very aware that other teams are going to be rotating in. What is Toucan shooting at? STN a little bit engaged here. Up towards Survey Camp. But that was just going to be the likes of SCN. Excuse me. SCN versus STN. This won't get confusing at all if we have to call this out quick. SCN, though, they were able to rotate to this northern part of Epicenter. This is a nice little building here. While it does only offer 2 small points of entry into it, definitely a quick way to get away from the likes of STN. It's going to be the duo that is Quieto. More, unfortunately, DC'd. Gwen and Cereza here. Trying to keep things alive for Team Quieto. Quieto currently sitting in 9th with 5 points, so certainly doable. If you had watched Princess Cup at all on Wednesday, CRG was a team of 2 the entire series.
Ultimate's off cooldown.
And almost qualified.
Wants to see it
Almost
rain.
qualified into the top 10 just as a duo. And if anybody can do that in this current lobby, it's definitely going to be the likes of Quieto. So we will keep an eye on them as things progress.
Let's head that
We
way.
do have Rain versus Weewoo. It looks like Weewoo kind of pushing Rain out of Landslide here. Janie putting down some shots, long range, using that Hemlock to its full capability, using the reactive Hemlock skin nonetheless. Throw that smoke off to the back. Now, throwing smoke off to the back can do a couple different things. It can put players off, you know, let them know that you could potentially be rotating a way that you're not, especially when you're scanning Beacon like that.
Let's relocate there. Survey beacon.
No,
over
let's
Check out
click
that
over
area.
here. We've got MYS versus MVL. I believe this is going to be here at Epicenter. Mandy was taking a little bit of damage. Drone is going to come in, going to break some shields, and this is going to be the push in from MVL. Whale with some beautiful shots to open that fight. Adil going to throw some smoke down, going to throw the Bangalore all out as well, give themselves an ability to get out of this fight. See all eyes aimed here. We'll come back to that fight momentarily. It's going to be Bad Intentions versus STN. STN on the bridge. They do have that Watson pylon at the edge of the bridge, so no grenades to be able to get down here and really do as much damage to Bad Intentions as STN would like. And as I say that, somewhere in this fight, Quieto has joined from long range. Absolute menace behavior out of Quieto, still taking fights as a duo. We the sole player for Bad Intentions to be taking shots as well. STN to be able to take down the likes of Bad Intentions with the help of, I believe that was Immune and Quieto, or just Quieto. Got 3 MNK over here by Mirage à Trois. Immune looks like they're recovering from that fight against Mirage à Trois, so that's what that was earlier. We do also have TSM here in Lava Siphon taking on Athena. Athena down to a 2 squad. Gonna try and get that revive up quickly. Skytech's gonna be going for the revive. Skytech's almost getting a revive. Not gonna get completely picked up. Sage now about to fall. Athena, Strawberry Jane able to dip out of there very quickly. Keep the likes of Athena alive. TSM now hunting for that last player, hunting for that kill point. And Athena's going to be eliminated right as we fly away here, but Dark Zero down to 1. Scarlita going to try and get out of this fight quickly. MYS eliminated. Core trying to come in and clean this one up. That's exactly what they're going to do. Ange's going to come in and take that shield core and get ready to push up and finish up those kills. Insomnia getting ready to move into zone. Right across the string from them is going to be STN, so not going to be a very ideal push just yet, but Selena 2K coming up top does have a beautifully kitted Hemlock as well. A nice 2x4 sight. Plenty of range available. You can see there, zooms in plenty.
I'm just taking the PSA.
Let's pull up our scores again. There we are.
Let's explore over there.
Mune's going to get that enemy scan. It's going to ping at least a stationary little triangle of where your enemy teams are, and for them, it's going to be exceptionally useful information. As Bunny Core gets ready to rotate into Landslide, coming over from the Harvester side. Mune is on rotation. Scarlita has no idea that there's about to be a team here on the other edge of staging. Speed 3 MNK back up. EOC able to get all 2 back into the game. This is going to be the perfect drop-in point for Dark Zero, just to the western side of Harvester here. 3MNK, I can't imagine they're going to get ready to take this one very aggressively just yet, as they don't have a lot of attachments, so they will disengage from this fight. Now, doing what they're about to, unfortunately, they have no knowledge that Bunny Core has already rotated through this tunnel. And doesn't look like Bunny Core is actually going to be watching that tunnel, so they should be okay for the time being. LG Red sitting to the northern part of zone here. We're just northwest of Epicenter. And on the other side of this fight is going to be Team Avalon. Just going to do some picking and poking here, breaking through some of these resources. How much ammunition does the other team have? How many heals do they have? Blade should be able to get these heals off, and no problem whatsoever. You want to see what SPN is up to versus Insomnia. Gem has jumped up on top using the Sakura R301. That's the skin I used to. You know, it's probably the best skin on here. Let's be serious. Insomnia going to be going Skynade from Selena here. They did get scurvy. Yep, they got scurvy, which is the worst thing to do in Apex, is to get scurvy mid-match. They got scanned by an MVP here. Very, very quick push-up out of S2K. Letting them know see how Insomnia does things. Horizon about to go airborne. Selena not able to connect with those as she would like to. Beautiful fadeaway shots, however. That should be a quick cleanup here from Insomnia, able to pick up a couple of those kill points for themselves. TSM flying into the eastern side of zone here. Bunny Corps has made it into zone, but now they're up against the likes of Immune.
Forget that.
That's fine. Let's go.
I have an enemy out there. Enemy close.
Reminder that Immune right now is sitting in third place with 17 points. They only needed 3 points to actually take the lead on this fight. It was a very close first, second, third, a 19, 18, 17 point game out of the top 3
Enemy
teams.
spotted. Near me.
Let's reposition there.
Let's go.
Ange is just throwing lead tonight. We're jumping back over to Ange. I just keep seeing Ange with the little smiley 3 in the kill feed here. Ange has taken some damage, but should be able to get this shield battery off before the mortar flare lands. It does land very aggressively. Should be able to get out and unable to do so. Between the mother load, between the grenades, the knuckle clusters, every single item they use to bring Ange down. Showing what Ange has brought to the table tonight alone is a threat. Lily gonna try and get away from Team 24, throwing out the Catalyst Ball. Will give you a little bit of cover. Unfortunately, not going to be the cover that's needed as Bunny Corps will fall. Dark Zero coming out on top of that fight.
Let's explore over there.
Wee Woo still alive. Team of 3, we are inside of the top 15. All teams getting that placement point guaranteed so far.
Heavy ammo.
Really down here for Team Insomnia. Gonna absolutely dump that fire at little mother load right up top. Gonna do a little barbecuing. You know, this part of the match is presented to you, or excuse me, brought to you by Blackstone Grills. Thus, the fire. It's the only joke I got. STN will be eliminated. Beautiful use of the knuckle cluster there. Gonna break Bloodhound twice, which was very impressive. Gonna go for the respawn. A very daring respawn, might I add. They're gonna see this respawn come in, and this is Quieto, so they're not gonna potentially push this as aggressively as they would normally. They are almost inside of that top 10, which is where you want to be, as they do guarantee those placement points. Teams right now waiting to see where this next circle. Here we go. We got a minute left. This is going to be a huge push up onto Quieto against, or excuse me, from TSM. TSM does push one away, leaving Gwen on her lonesome. Some rider from more did DC earlier in the match. It did take place after a kill was logged. Resets given after that point, but huge shots out of Kyrie. Insomnia down to 2 as they're getting pushed in. Come on, game, don't be silly. Don't do it to me like that. I want to see how Insomnia does here. Julian trying to survive. Selena sitting here. R99 prepped, ready to go, ready to fire. It's a cheeky spot here out of Selena. Actually, not going to be losing too much here. Quieto and Pink will be eliminated. Pink going to be your 10th place team, guaranteeing themselves 2 points. This Rain Immune fight over here just below the monument fragment area. This is what we're keeping an eye on now as Rain going to come out on top. Immune will be eliminated. Light, the only one to fall there, will be able to get Revive brought back into the game very quickly. Do have an uphill, I'd say an uphill battle as like a bad joke, but they do have a figuratively uphill battle up against them. So it's going to be Wee Woo sitting up top of the hill, Janie with that hemlock. We've already seen it snapping onto Legends today. TSM eliminating even more down here over at the side of Epicenter. I saw Mango. Mango fell to the ring, so very unfortunate loss there for Team Rain as they were able to get Light back up. But Wee Woo just playing gatekeeper here. TSM eliminated. We are down to the top 5 in Ring 4. We're down to the top 4 in Ring 4. excuse me, LG Red. They are posed so beautifully up here at the northeastern part of this map up against SCN. LG Red versus SCN. LG Red going to try and go for this initial break here. Going to have to fall back for the time being, get those heals popped off before they pushed in with another Beast of the Hunt. Still a few seconds left on Beast of the Hunt, so we're going to try and get into this as quickly as possible. Good watch the pylon they're facing up against as well, so no grenades going to be able to get into there. SCN will be eliminated. LG Red comes out on top. Weevu MBL. LG Red in our top 3. LG Red, they were sitting after game 1. In 16th place with only 1 point. So the LG Red that we have grown to love and see win these tournaments back-to-back, 3 months in a row. Seemingly getting their footing here in game number 2 of the Ladies' Night.
There are 2 squads near us. Enemy agent over there.
Slow to roll, but they work
I
the
see
best.
one.
Vale using that drone to spot out where those players are, doing a much better job droning this lobby than myself. That's why I stay out of free cam as much as possible. Unless, of course, you know, we're talking about that MYS bat situation late in game number 1. Comes a push here from MDL to move in. We are moving into round number 5. This will not be the final round, so teams can take it a little bit slow here if they would like to. They don't have to push in and make this fight super aggressive just yet. People call out from Emma, letting them know. I believe that's where Weewoo is. It is. And LG Red going to move in slow. Going to be using that Bangalore ult to do so now. Will give away a little bit of their positioning to be expected, but in an area like this where there's not a lot left, one of these fights is going to have to break out eventually. LG Red swings wide. Weewoo going to have to relocate a touch. Ashley about to fall. That grenade should do the trick. Ashley caught in the crossfire. Janie trying to be the sole remaining player here for Weewoo, unable to do so. LG Red going to come out on top of that. And here comes the push from MBL. A huge break with the shield, or excuse me, with the drone. Gale potentially about to fall, running through the spike strips. MBL going to be your Game 2 champions. What a finish here for the first portion of World's Edge. Reminder that we are moving over to Storm Point for this next game. So we will talk drops on Storm Point in potential contests because we do have a couple. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on those. And we'll talk standings as well when we get back for game number 2.
Close your eyes.
right, as you can see on the leaderboard, well, and as you can see on the screen, I forgot to change the game count. That's the one thing I normally do. You know, that's literally why I use an away screen. That's the reason right there. Angie having some PC issues currently. Did try to connect numerous times, but unfortunately able to do so. So we're going to keep things moving. Here, Angie able to, of course, join in for the games moving forward. But let's talk scores. TSM sitting in first place, 31 points to their name. Immune sitting in second with 25. LG Red in third with 21. MYS in fourth with 19. MVL in fifth with 17. If you'd like a full breakdown of scores, just use command now. In chat, head over and check out the amazing older staff that's built down. So huge shout out to our friend Negative. The amazing work he does for the Apex Legends community behind the scenes. We're going to check out rings here. We're also going to check out drops. Going to be a North Pad. North Pad versus Bulletproof is going to be an interesting con to watch here. Echo MD way down, or Echo HQ, excuse me, way down at the bottom. It's going to be an Athena Avalon contest, but we will go back and check on that. It's going to be Bulletproof versus Insomnia here in game number 3 of Ladies' Night.
Oi, got a weapon supply bin
Let's
here.
go this way. Contact.
Envy going to be taking some shots here, able to down one of the opposing players here for Bulletproof. Going to be utilizing that lifeline revive. Unfortunately, not going to be able to get it. Envy's going to push in and take that player down. And Bulletproof will be eliminated here versus Insomnia in the initial contest. Down to... Nope, come on, game. This is going to be that Avalon versus Athena down. Just want to see if there's any downs yet. There are not. We're going to be over here. Vihar trying to make connections. Beautiful ship from Beyblade. Mozambique here coming out of the pocket. About to fall there. Absolute one. Beyblade is one now. Going to potentially get a shield cell off. That's sometimes all you need is a shield cell, but unfortunately exposing that rear side. Going to be Avalon eliminated. So Athena and Bulletproof. Excuse me, Avalon and Bulletproof. Losing their initial contest, going down 0-1 here in the start of things. TM&K very comfortable up here at Zeus Station. Not really any major contest for them currently. TSM taking over the lightning rod portion, just to the east-southeast.
Battle stabilizer here. Level 2. Vault SMG
And we
here.
can keep an eye out for
Flatline here.
any more contests as things start to progress.
Teams east.
Reminder that Dark Zero, they are playing as a duo currently. Angie's PC not having a great hair day. Great sale day. I tried to make a...
Level 1.
despicable
Improved handling
reference.
speed.
Doesn't look like a great sale day. That's what I tried to say. I said hair day. Either way, not having a great time, but Angie will be joining us for game
Standard
number
stock here.
4.
Level 2.
Some spiders over here from MYS. Utilizing those spiders to pick up some extra ammo, extra heals. Plus giving themselves a nice little Evo charge when you do complete the nest. Always a nice bonus. Picking up some perfect helmets. Only one spider left, and Isia has decided it's not worth it. You know, screw that specific spider. I'm not sure what the strategy to leaving that one spider is, but there's a strategy. There is a strategy. Contest between Bad Intentions and Athena. Athena just coming off of a hot contest here down in Echo HQ.
The enemy's far off. The enemy's far.
Not going to be utilized. There's going to be the charge. Sentinel, we were just getting ready to say, not going to be utilizing. Not sure Athena has any idea that they're there just yet. I don't see any pings, and Skytex was actually walking directly towards them. No idea there. That Bad Intentions not only had high ground, but has such a dominant positioning over them. Beautiful hits out of the Arc Stars there from Sage, able to pick up numerous hits. One for 45 plus, definitely going to be taking that shield tick away. And also the team playing as a duo there in the latter part of game number 2. Quieto moving in to take a little bit of their action here. Quieto sitting in 12th place, 9 points to their name.
Let's get in this trident. Save us a walk.
Let's get in this trident indeed. You know, it's always about saving the walks. Making sure you don't have to, you know, overexert yourself. Bunny Core, they do have high ground. Just outside Stormcatcher, we're keeping an eye on SCN. Shima had taken some serious damage. And you scan by that beacon. It looks like it was up here. That's a TSM beacon scan. So TSM now with pretty good knowledge of where all of these teams are. Going to be able to put some pings out. You can see they're very aware now. These buildings are open. So as good as it is to have those beacons scanned for you for enemy positioning, it's also just as great to let you know which zones are clear. Athena will be eliminated at the hands of Quieto as we jump over to this STN Weebloo contest. Maxine going to try and survive this here, able to do so. The Bangalore all coming through, and they'll go airborne. Right as the Bangalore ultimate goes off, they should be able to avoid a lot of damage there. Ashby did take a little bit as she flew through the sky. Nothing too major. Quieto is now going to be trying to hold up. This is still the Bad Intentions contest, actually, so Tattooed Gamer going to be getting out of this fight as quickly as possible, trying to keep hopes alive here for Bad Intentions. Bad Intentions are sitting in 18th with a single point to their name, but, reminder, breaking into the top 15, going to give you placement points. Very, very important. Silly little placement points. Beautiful zone pull here as all teams start to converge. MYS up against Bunny Core, going to be one of those initial fights. Exercised, picking up numerous hits there. Flesh, utilizing the Hemlock burst fire assault rifle.
Let us go there.
MYS playing inside of one of these side tunnels just below Stormcatcher. Not one of my favorite spots to jump into, but definitely a spot worth jumping into if you need to. STN eliminated at the hands of Weebloo. Maxine going absolutely crazy. I didn't know what to say.
Enemy here.
Kills for Maxine. ESM still looking at these buildings as potential options. These are the buildings that Sabs had pinged earlier. Not sure what their exact plan is now. Quieto trying to survive this zone. It's a silly little zone. You know, it does some damage here and there. This is actually going to launch them over towards this Trident area, so they should be able to take that into zone. Hopefully, if they can get there in time, they are taking more and more damage as time goes on. So we'll want to get into the zone as quickly as possible. MBL still sitting comfortably inside of their little side tunnel here, just beneath Stormcatcher. See the main portion of Stormcatcher right over here.
Evac tower here.
Fortunately for TSM, actually I should say fortunately for TSM, Pink is about to leave the area that TSM was looking at here. Lady Stalker going to grab that Evo shield boost. Charge that all the way up almost to a purple shield. Good shots out of Marvel, does have a Havoc with a purple charger in hand, instantly spinning up the most powerful weapon in the game right now. Or pushing up top, bolt in hand, able to down Mango. Team Rain is down to 1. Team Rain able to down 1 here against Team Pink. Fight has dropped back, should be able to take down Mango. Just needed another bullet to essentially make that happen. Bloodhound on the run here. That should be a quick hip fire. For Rain, not going to be as much of a finish as they were looking for. That's going to be it for Pink. Rain's going to come out on top. We are inside of the top 15 where placement points now begin. SCN had quickly pushed into this fight looking to get their fair share of things. Not going to be able to do as much as they wanted, but they will be able to take all of the resources that Rain just so very difficultly worked for. Rain is still sitting in 6th place. They have got 15 points to their name, 9 of those coming from kills. That's exactly why.
I should select an upgrade.
Let's go this way.
3M&K versus Rain here. Janier trying to stay alive for Rain, the sole remaining player. A quick arc start came out, but not enough for Rain to stay alive. 3M&K come out on top of Rain. Dark Zero versus Quieto, the
Enemy
duo.
spotted. Near me.
That is Dark Zero, nonetheless. Could potentially be utilizing those Prowlers to help them.
Spotted.
And inside tunnels here, we've got SCN versus MVL. Keeping an eye on things with the drone through the glass, so they're going to be unable to break that, which is a nice little play out of MVL. Emma using that drone now on both maps, World's Edge and Stormpoint. You love to see Crypto coming back into comp play. I'm a huge Crypto fan. Always have been, always will be. All thanks to my good friends over at 2R1C. Click on over there, and you can. Janie and the likes of Weewoo pushing down onto Dark Zero. They do have one broken. That's going to be Scarlita. She will fall. Renee is on the front now. Going to try and get that banner pinched between a couple different teams. Potentially going to be getting this heal off in time, as we've got only a couple seconds left before the ring ticks her all the way down. So we'll be able to survive. Looks like Quieto is out here in zone. Kamor specifically looking to pick up that kill. Knows exactly where the player is, knows what it's going to take. They should be able to heal this one out if needed. It's a lot of work right now for Quieto to do this all for the 1 KP, but if Renee can get up to this launch here and potentially get herself up to low Stormcatcher, could put herself in a good position.
Let's check out that area. Enemy over there.
Weewoo not spotting Renee hanging out down bottom, so they're going to go for the long rotation here. This is the push up onto Quieto as they're getting ready to push through Spider Cave. Now, as they get ready to do this, Tattooed Gamer does have high ground. Keeping the likes alive for bad intentions. Going to climb up this tree. We're going to get a little Tarzan and Jane action. We got a Tattooed Gamer. Noise coming down from Janie. The Bangalore ultimate has hit the ground. The Rolling Thunder will start to pop. Quieto on the run, trying to get away from all of those. They should be able to get away from a majority of them, which is almost best case scenario.
Let's check out that area.
Carlita coming back into game. For Dark Zero. No worries for Angie, unable to get into the game. Leaving Dark Zero as a duo. For a team we seemingly come back to all of the time. Weewoo will be eliminated at the hands of Quieto. Now Lily trying to keep things moving here for Bunny Core. Quick shield core pickup there. MYS gonna have to drop down, run away for the time being. Seku is the only player left standing here for MYS.
Let's check out that area.
LG Red pushing down from the Stormcatcher area. He's going to be pushing down to the Stormcatcher area. They pick up a few more kill points and a few more placement points. It's monstrous game number 2 for them. For LG Red as they finished with a 20-point game. Helps them all the way up to 3rd place, 21 points to their name. LG Red looking to claim another massive win here. Bronze Ladies Night, they've won it 3 times this year already. Tattooed Gamer not breathing, not healing, not looking down sights. Just letting them rotate in, letting them take their time. LG Red in another engagement here with Immune. The 2nd versus 3rd place teams. Ren has taken some serious damage. PBG taking damage as well. Vipesky now looking for those heals. And if my eyes just not deceive me, Ange has put down another player in the kill feed. over to Quieto. Excuse me 1 second. Player that's going to be changing their nickname. Apologies, was answering player in Discord. And the players do come first before broadcast. After all, this is a very impromptu watch party. You can tell I'm not a professional caster, and I just like to yell over Apex Legends. So thank you for listening. 24 throwing out that Bangalore ultimate here in the hands of Electricize to give themselves a little bit of breathing room. X-Girls will fall and kept in place. That'll be the first team to guarantee 2 placement points. Here in game 3.
This right there.
And going to be opting to reload and to do a little bit of a rotation. Renee, still alive. Not a lot of health here. This is a secret agent Renee. That's why she's going so quietly and slowly. Beautiful shots out of Renee. Some beautiful tracking. There's the player went vertical. Gives them a nice scare, like a, you know, hey, stay the hell away from here if you don't mind, please.
Let's reposition there.
Now LG Red keeping an eye out. It's going to be Renee on the other side of this. That Bangalore ult is going to come out from Renee. Renee just trying to move up in the zone here. Some quick nades will come out. That scan's going to come through. They pick up 1. Not sure if they have the information. Gamer has moved into zone. I am absolutely gobsmacked. But I don't think I've used that term on broadcast in a while. That bad intentions have made it all the way up there. That's what I was going to say. Quieto takes him down. Magic Gamer, beautiful job hiding in those trees. Absolute stupendous Tarzan. TSM sitting up with some high ground here. They do only have a little bit more to go before they're inside of zone. Should have some wall cover to work
Check out
with.
this area.
Definitely not a zone that we're used to seeing all the time here in Ladies Night. Love to see new zones like this. New zone for me. That's what I'm saying. Quick hit of 40 flesh. Immune going to be eliminated top right. They're going to have to settle for 7th place here. Red going to take some time, get some heals. Wasn't exactly sure where MVL was.
Got a spike stick here.
But yeah, totally forgot there was a little door over here.
Forget that.
I feel like every time I play ranked lately, I don't know if I've actually played Storm Point in ages. I'm only playing Kings Canyon and World's Edge. Which, you know, beautiful maps, respectful.
Ultimate accelerant here.
Quieto taking their time over on the eastern portion of this beautiful positioning. LG Red versus MVL looking to carve real estate for themselves. Bunny Corp also working to prevent anybody taking the real estate that they have. 30-30 shots coming from across the building. Bunny Corp can call that out and with a quick peek to say hello right over there. Really does have some energy ammo left to work with. Electricize does have very little Hemlock to work with. They do have a Bangalore ult here, which could be potentially best served providing additional cover. MVL engaged in the building directly beneath them. 3M and K, they have lost 1. Narnia making some damage here inside. Continue to fire on this open door. Missing a couple crucial shots there. Yayosi trying to take down 1. Bunny Core will be eliminated. We should lose a majority of this building. Deal from MVL comes through. Tries to take out TSM. TSM down to 2-1. We've got 4 squads left with Quieto taking their time on the eastern side, just waiting for things to fall directly into their lap. And sometimes that's all you have to do. LG Red will fall. We've got 3 squads left. TSM, 3M&K, and Quieto. Reminder, TSM sitting in first place currently, 31 points. 3M&K in 11th with 11 points. Quieto sitting in 12th with 9. A TSM win here could all but secure them a monster first place. Coming out here, Fave, as we say, the win is needed. Fave could be falling. You'll see 3M&K trying to make a connection. May able to get the shield swap, but will fall to the ring. And that's Quieto coming over now to clean things up and secure their win. Gwen's going to go wide and able to take down one. That's going to be a monster game 3 here for Quieto, playing it ever so patiently from the eastern side of this next circle. All they had to do was wait to come in and do cleanup crew. Played out of Quieto, our 2-time champion here for 2024 in Ladies Night. We'll be back with game number 4. We're coming back to Storm Point very soon. All right, we're getting ready to drop in for game number 4. Man, what an exciting few games it's been so far. It does look like the only DC we have is on Pink. It actually showed Pink in her lobby spot, their third player. So their other player actually might have DC'd, so that was a different player than I saw join. So we'll keep an eye on that. If we do get any other DCs before a kill is logged, excuse me, then we will restart the lobby. Just full disclosure. But we can talk scores real quick. TSM in first with 43. Quieto in second with 35. A three-way tie for third. LG Red, 3M&K, and Immune. 30 points for all of them. So that's third, fourth, and fifth, all with 30. I do believe we'll see this
Rethinking our strategy. How about moving there?
Insomnia contest here up on the northwestern part of the map. We're going up to North Pad. It's going to be Bulletproof flying in directly behind them. Insomnia going to take some time here, quickly get some loot situated. Bulletproof on the other end of this contest. They did, unfortunately, fall to Insomnia in the first part. Let's see what happens here in the second, and we'll also keep an eye on this Athena Avalon. This was an Athena win in the last game. Keeping an eye on that beautiful quick snap out of Strawberry. Unfortunately, not going to connect for what they were looking for on that PK. Sometimes the PK is friend, sometimes the PK is foe. And unfortunately there, it was foe as Avalon comes out on top. Athena will be 1-1 on their contest. Insomnia v Bulletproof with high ground, which statistically speaking, if you're a Star Wars fan, high ground is good ground. Bulletproof doing some damage here. Wingman comes out and unfortunately just misfires that first one ever so slightly. Poppy is down. This is going to be a 2v3. Selena able to take one more down. Here comes the lifeline to clean up, and Bulletproof will unfortunately fall 0-2 in their contest against Insomnia here up at North Pad and Ferrari. This being Ferrari. I don't know why it's called that. It looks nothing like a Ferrari. Maybe one that's crashed and flipped over a few dozen times, but it looks nothing like an actual Ferrari. Alright, so Bad Intentions, what they did last time is the same thing they're going to do this time. They're going to rotate over. They actually land over at this coastal camp area. They get as much essential loot as they possibly can. They do have a crafter here, so able to pick up so much ammunition. But by the time now that Bad Intentions moves in, it's too late. It's over with. Avalon's already gone. Already gone. Al, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Yeto dropping in on things. Gwen says, hello, Peekaboo, would you like to play some hide and seek? We will fall there. A quick cleanup from Gwen, able to pick up that shield swap. No problem whatsoever. Avalon now on a rotation away from where they were originally rotating over to. Oh, chat, we gotta hydrate. That's a great idea. I haven't drank any water today. Everybody shout out to my wife for feeding me. Feed up Bucklow. Oh, yeah, definitely haven't drank water today, chat. Definitely have not had any water. SCN here in an engagement up against MYS. Hemlock in a bolt here in the hands of Athena. MYS should be able to get out of this if they take that zip heading up. And, ooh, maybe a little bit of a tricky bait there. As SCN actually opts to just say no thank you. They're going to get away from that fight. We'll jump over to Weewoo versus Stark Zero. Janie has to back up here and take some heals. DZ, a full team of 3 as they have down to Ash Wee. Teaming into Angie. Angie, welcome back. So glad that your PC only did a temperamental crash momentarily. Able to get that full finish there on Ashley. Beyblade versus Kimura. Kieto fight is taking place down here on Devastated Coast. This is really going to change up the leaderboard as things progress here between Dark Zero and Weewoo. Maxine playing the second story of the building, a very large building that they have to work with here. Janie does have this Havoc in hand, ready to go, ready to spin up. Here comes the Bloodhound Ultimate. We're in Beast of the Hunt on board TSM Janie. Shots across the way, able to spot one. Trying not to get themselves pinched here. Reminder, it is a 2v3. Quick snaps out of Janie to take down Angie, watching these red footsteps. And this might be where Janie actually runs away from this. Going to pick up a shield core, pick up a banner, grab some heals. Janie's not done yet. Janie's going to be pushing in to try and get this cleanup. Here's 2 right in front of Janie. Not what you wanted to see, but a well-played rotation out of Weewoo. Able to get the revive and get their team back into business. Nieto is still alive. They are still technically a team of 2. Sureza has fallen. Gwen and Kimura should be able to take the time to get this reset. Also going to be a fight here for Avalon to try and get away V-Heart trying to keep things alive for Avalon. Avalon, they are sitting in 17th place with 4 overall points. So definitely looking to add to that. Add intentions on their way into zone. We're over towards Launchpad area right now, which used to be I cannot remember who used to contest Quieto here, but always a fun time. I loved when Quieto just landed Launchpad. Such a simpler time. Such a simpler time. Another northeastern pull, though. This is going to be another edge zone, potentially.
We should continue there.
ESM taking their time, watching this rotation up through this gap here. Played out a favorite, making sure that, especially the likes of LG Red, who is, you know, one of the 30-point teams, not able to come up and snag any of those free kill points just yet. Pink, this is the team of 2, remember. We did have one player actually join the lobby as another player crashed, so unfortunate set of circumstances there. Excuse me 1 second. All right, we're back. Pink still alive. The team of 2 here. It was Stalker that they had lost in that first section. I'm not sure why they had crashed right as the lobby started, but reminder, we do restart if 2 or more players off of separate teams crash. And that's only if a kill has not been lodged. And while a kill did not take place, unfortunately, for Pink, neither did another DC, so they will be playing as a duo, just like Dark Zero did in our previous game 3. Dark Zero now a full squad of 3, luckily for them. And Immune, I believe they were getting ready to fight Insomnia. It was Insomnia. Selena playing the Vin Diesel role here, going to be jumping in and driving. Just to get that car down and out of the way a little bit. I want to watch this Rain flank here. Rain's coming up at a very good time. Beautiful shots out of Mango to open things up. Hits for 40 on the opposing player. Going to be able to get that scan off. Will have to retrack ever so slightly as Insomnia still on the push. Insomnia now looking to take 2 different teams. Trying to hit the hipfire on the Hemlock, can't make it happen. Light Years will go down and Selena 2K. Havoc in hand. Trying to do a little turn and burn there, not go to next year. Trying to get inside of this building. Almost unable to do so. Stunned by that rolling thunder. Slows things down. Mango. Mango's an actual fruit, by the way. This is a fruit that plays video games. You heard it here first. Put it on Wikipedia. Let's get this thing confirmed. Rain's still a team of 3, chasing down the team of 2 on Insomnia. Insomnia now on a rotation away while they were on the push. On the way away now.
We ought to take it to
MNK taking one out of Quieto's game 3 book. They're going to play Far Eastern Zone on this. They do have plenty of rock cover to work with. You can't really have a team come in from your flank unless they go for a fly around. A relatively safe area where they are currently. Unfortunately, no resources available for them, so what they have is what they have. But we do have 3 ults ready to go here. Bloodhound, Bangalore, and Fusey.
Gonna keep watch over here.
Keeping an eye on where this next zone is going to pull. My goodness gracious, we are just below Lightning Rod, and no team has officially moved into this next zone just yet. this next zone going to get exceptionally interesting.
Let's go that way.
So we can utilize SCN here, kind of see. This is where this zone's going to finish, right in this area. And it normally finishes right over on these kind of little climb-up areas right here. Definitely less than ideal for some of these teams that are going to rotate in a little bit later, but that's where the fun begins. That's where it all happens. LG Red will be eliminated. Reminder, they were one of your top 3 teams. TSM, your current top team, taking on NYS. 3MNK also eliminated. NYS, they are down in a 2v3. NYS now down in a 1v3. Can Mandy make it happen? Mandy going to be able to connect with the goal there. Mandy has 2 broken. Mandy was ready to fight everything right there between that Volt and the PK. STN will be eliminated. SCN, plenty of room to work with up here. Quieto sitting down bottom of where this next zone is going to be. They're sitting, as you can see, just to the south of Stormcatcher.
That spot's
Bad Intentions back up to a full team of 3.
Got a spike strip here.
As a team of 3, I don't believe back up to a team of 3 is correct for this current game. Playing zipline wonders there. Love the wall bounce inspect. Very crucial. Vale says absolutely heck that door. And I've already been drone alted as an observer. So you see the glitching on the screen. It is just a visual bug. The players are not seeing the same things that we are.
I got an enemy right here.
Try and pre-fire that enemy there, just waiting around that edge of the corner. Mango coming into zone in quickly. Dark Zero trying to keep it. Looks like the likes of TSM inside of zone.
Written all over it.
Let's reposition there.
And now Rain, one of the only other teams moving into this next zone. Insomnia's Juliantic moving in from that southeastern corner.
Let's reposition there.
That we are in game 4 out of 6. We will be going back to a single game of World's Edge following this, followed by another game here on Storm Point. Keeps everybody on their toes as best as possible, keeps everybody's hands fresh. The rotations, Crispy Pink will be eliminated. Big shots out of Renee. Renee's going to have to go airborne. Renee trying to stay alive and get the shield battery off. Flies off to the side just a little bit. And it's Bunny Core on the other end of this fight. Everybody utilizing that Horizon gravity lift to just go airborne. And now Bunny Core about to be in a grilled cheese sandwich. Immune has their high ground and is pushing in down low. Ange will fall at the hands of PBG. Grand gonna get ready to push in here. Quickly charges up the Havoc. Tries to do a little crouch bam, not gonna be able to make the full connection. Twice he's gonna get in. Trying to help PBG take down Electricide. Able to do so with one. Bunny Core will be eliminated at the hands of Immune. PBG adds 3 for Immune. Dark Zero right outside of this building, taking their time, getting ready to push in now. Immune should be back up to a team of 3. They are. Ren just going for the heals quickly. Black hole going to come through from Scarly. They're going to pull all those players into one central area unless they can break that black hole. It is damageable. Going to finish up Ren there. Immune down in a 2v3. No Beast of Punch just yet. Vipesky did find a nice little spot to sit. Unfortunately, her damage indicator's going off and she's breaking. And now the circle's begun to close. They're going to have to go for a rotation here in the middle of literally nothing. Not a lot of ground for them to work with. Quieto on top of Stormcatcher, who is directly below. Quieto below Stormcatcher, excuse me, MPL sitting up on top of Stormcatcher. One of these teams is going to be coming away in a far more favorable position. Making sure whose drone that was. Immune will be eliminated. We're down inside of the top 7. Quieto taking damage at every single angle. This is going to be Dark Zero. MVL, excuse me, they did drop down. I thought that was going to be Dark Zero taking part of this fight. Quieto will be eliminated.
Ascended to
Let's go this way.
Miss a deal has fallen for MVL. The M has fallen. Vale was trying to hide. Unable to do so. Lovely Emma now also unable to hide. Insomnia gonna come in and wait for Shima to clean up some of those kills, and MBL will fall in 6th. Insomnia does have a little bit of ground to move here. We do have quite a final circle as SCN versus Insomnia, TSM, Rain, and Dark Zero.
Let's
Your
relocate
top
here.
5 here in game number 4. Again, we've got an interesting poll here. Like I said, it normally ended there, but now it's going to end here, where there's nothing. Watson fences galore on the TSM side. Rain eliminated quickly at the hands of Kyrie. Literally, as I go airborne, go figure. They're going to have some resources to work with. Your favor should be able to get that team off. They are stuck inside of the Ring of Fire now. Coming over, I believe, from Dark Zero, and did come over from Angie, yes. Trying to keep Dark Zero in things. It's going to be Scarlita currently trying to get these kills off. Does have players looking in from every single angle. Dark Zero going to be eliminated. It's going to be Insomnia versus SCN versus TSM. Nice little split here for all 3 teams. Everybody with their own respective real estate. Now trying to find a little bit more to work with. TSM with plenty of high ground to work with. Plenty of resources here inside of the death boxes that they just took as they took down Rain.
Target over there.
This is also a visual bug. You don't have to worry about that. Normally, that doesn't happen. I don't know why it's just being silly for the time being, but that's okay. Dakeson gonna go for that bow check shot. Long range. Does have that 3 times Ranger Slate on it, so able to zoom in with plenty of visual assistance. ESM still sitting up on the high ground. Insomnia right now. Also a good positioning out of them, able to poke and prod at their opponents as we get ready to close out round number 5. All in that respawn beacon, not even that they need it, but it will offer them a little bit more cover as things start to close. Everybody has this information now of where the final circle is, and SCN has moved into one hell of a position. The only issue going to be right now is 2 different teams have their number. Smokes are out, and that is wonderful, but Insomnia and TSM able to fire upon them with ease, especially TSM having the likes of Valkyrie, able to do that pod jump from far. Insomnia has down 1 of SCN's players. TSM Sabs taking down another. Dakeson just taking her time, not going for this revive, knowing it could be dead scrub. Insomnia on that western side, now in a two-team 3v3 for it all. TSM getting ready to engage on board with TSM. They've already downed 1. They've got the Bloodhound Beast of the Hunt out. Another flesh player to the side of Fave. Sab's able to come in and take down Selena. Fave does survive, and TSM comes out on top of game number 4. A huge day so far out of TSM as we close out this major portion of Stormpoint. We will be back shortly for game number 5 in our return to World's Edge.
We have our Apex champions.
Nobody wonders where I've gone, ignoring the signs I'm sending out. Forgot the moves, lost the round. Find your own way out, 'cause we're going down. Light a fire underneath me, let it swallow me whole. Feel it all around me. Should've done what I was told. Now I'm stuck in oblivion, lost in time. Everything I've done, forgotten. Gotta make it out alive. stuck in oblivion, lost in time. Everything I've done, forgotten. Gotta make it out alive.
Let's talk scores. As you can see, TSM sitting in first place, 65 points. Quieto sitting in second with 41. Insomnia in third with 40. Immune with 35. Sitting in fourth. And LG Red rounding out your top 5. 34 points to their name. A dominant day here from TSM. An average placement of third. See what they can do here on World's Edge. Reminder, we do have a couple contests on this map. We'll be starting with the Overlook contest. It should be Hex Girls and Insomnia. Hex Girls down on this contest this evening. Insomnia up 2. We'll see if that changes here. As we get ready to start our final game on Overlook. A beautiful northern pole. So definitely some, prime zone for LG Red, for MYS. Going to be landing up in that Skyhook area. Survey camp going to be that STN bulletproof contest. TSM will have all the time in the world down here as they normally claim this big mod and stacks portion of the map. Fave has actually even said, you know what? I also want the Dome. I also want every single item in Dome. Dome is not a bad place to loot. I'll say it. I actually kind of enjoy it. Pink was getting ready to potentially really jump in and play spoiler. They normally land this geyser area into whatever you want to call that, Siphon Town. But we're on board with Insomnia for this initial contest versus Hex Girls. Selena picks up some amazing weaponry, a Havoc and a Mastiff to start things is insane. Mastiff shot to go to take down one. Hex Girls in trouble, unfortunately, at the side, or at the hands of Selena. That's going to be a quick wipe from Hex Girls. Insomnia goes up 3-0 on the contest this evening. Over to STN versus Bulletproof. I do believe Bulletproof was down on this contest as well. And now Quieto has already rotated from Climatizer all the way in. Quieto looking to take their fight as STN normally claims this Epicenter survey camp. They do have one player left on the Bulletproof squad, so we just still have 19 teams. Big shots out of Kimura, going to try and break this horizon. They will go airborne, and that's going to be Toucan trying to hide. Unable to do so. Hide and seek Masters. Quieto says no way.
Got my upgrade.
The fight's breaking out just yet. Just keeping an eye on this STN versus Quieto. Just west of Epicenter. Gem now taking fire from Quieto.
Hostile spotted.
Cereza with a 30-30. I was saying it. I feel like they gave the 30-30 a little bit something extra as of lately. Bulletproof will be eliminated. 18 going to try and go for some quick shots here on Gem, able to make those connections. Radiant shield transfer comes through from Kamor. And unfortunately, Gem will get finished there. Nat, now the sole player for STN, going to hide for the time being. Unfortunately, I don't think they hide enough. Wingman's going to come out, not going to let them get through. Tries to go for the stick. Go up over that box set there. Nat trying to make some connections. Able to hit a few of those, actually, but unfortunately unable to down anybody from the Kieto squad. They will pick up that kill point. MVL versus Bunnycore as we get ready to move into Landslide. VL, that is MVL. Not catching those, does catch those players off to the left. Just kidding, that might have been. I think she actually shot at the lava, but does realize that the other team is there. Quick little arc star, that should hold Bunnycore for the time being. Gonna push Bunnycore across the map. Woo getting into an engagement here just outside of Mirage Joie. They're just south of that. Trying to make some of those iron sight shots connect, and that's going to be up on Rain as they start to rotate away. And as Rain starts to rotate away, Immune starts to rotate in.
Target spotted. Enemy over there.
Get that full charge, 53-39. Beautiful shots out of Lifesky. The Catalyst Wall comes up to deflect a couple of those shots. Change up the... Oh my god, leaderboard on screen. Thank you so much, Elf. Chat. This is why we do it. This is why we do it. This is why we do it. That'll be a fun note to put in the YouTube VOD, though. That admin was dumb and called out. MYS going to be eliminated at the hands of LG Red.
That spot's calling to us.
Avalon rotating through tunnels here. We're just to the eastern side of Skyhook. You can see where this next circle is going to go. It pulls over towards essentially where Kieto lands originally.
Optics here. Close range. Always better than iron sights. Let's go that way.
Curious to see if 3MNK is actually aware of Athena's rotation here, because I don't believe Athena had called out 3MNK, but 3MNK, they do have a little bit of a rotation to go before they actually get over there. Here's the fight. Immune versus Weewoo. We're jumping on board with PBG. She's charging up the Havoc, trying to get some of those early breaks. Major damage here yet onto Weewoo, and as I say that, Janie falls down just a little bit. The bank of Rolling Thunder going to come out from Janie. Smokes, push up to the Catalyst Wall. Going to try and get as close to this as they can. Wrap around the wall. They see the players wrapping down on the other side of this little stand-up. Quick shots out of Janie. Janie has to back up. No shields for Janie. Ashley tries to stabilize on that long-range shot. That will be 2/3 of Weewoo eliminated. 2/3 of Immune eliminated. I'm so distraught over the whole leaderboard situation earlier that I can't even make call-outs correctly now. Pink is going to be pushing up onto Bunnycore. Lily going to be taking some of that damage. Here comes shots to provide a little covering fire from Ange. And Lily should be able to rotate away at least a little bit here. You can see that ball of fire directly above their head. Not going to have to worry about that. Should be able to grab that shield battery, no problem. Weewoo still engaged in that fight.
That way, fellas.
Easy engaged just outside of staging and Harvester. Against 3MK. 3M. Dark Zero does have favorable high ground against 3MK, but the smokes will provide a very, very much needed cover. Should be a quick nade here from Renee. Can she dunk it in from range? She can. A huge nade out of Renee. Easy should be pushing in onto this fight, and quickly that fire is going to come out from Narnia to help keep 3MNK alive. Narnia able to get back on her feet. 3MNK once again back up to 3MNKs. Yaosi will fall at the hands of RX Angie. As Dark Zero pushes in, looking to open things up. Beautiful surprise wrap there out of Scarlita. Connects every single shot. And that should be all that was written here. Narnia, the player who went down initially, now the sole surviving player for 3M&K at the hands of Dark Zero. Bunny Core going airborne. They're going to go for the rotation around the northern part of Harvester. They're going to wrap all the way over into potentially... Can't imagine they go all the way over here, up through North Lava Siphon. They do not. They take that cheeky little pass through. Narnia just going to hang out for the time being. Dark Zero. Enemy nearby. Potentially aware of the PBG revive, and I would say definitely aware of the PBG revive. They do have high ground now. Should be able to down Ren quickly. And now it's going to be a matter of can they finish off Team Immune. Immune sitting in fourth right now, 35. Dark Zero and 8 with 29, so a very close scoreline between the two. Vipesky will fall. There should only be one player left here as the door opens and they walk in through. Dark Zero comes out on top of the match. 3 kill points to their name. 3M&K in the meantime able to get fully spawned back in by Narnia. A huge play.
Let's check out that area.
Insomnia rotating over through the northern part of Skyhook, leaving Rain B for the time being. NBL playing around in survey camp. As you can see here, we're on board a lovely Emma's beautiful instructional video on how to wall bounce. I also don't hate that Havoc skin as much as I thought I did. I've purposefully avoided it for so long. It actually looked kind of nice. That Intention's doing a little bit of healing. Likes the Athena. Versus LG Red. We've just moved in the zone. We're directly east of Skyhook up in the northern part of the map. Gab's going to continue to fire. Gab's going to opt out of going for the long-range jump. We will fall here at the hands of LG Red. LG Red looking to make a little bit up from that last game. LG Red still sitting in 5th with 34 points. Wee Woo was in 14th with 16.
Got a new upgrade.
As always, we'll talk stats
Have an enemy out there.
after each game. Right here between Rain and Insomnia. Insomnia is sitting inside of this tunnel position, so they do have plenty of cover to work with. Meanwhile, Rain sitting down here in a little bit of a tricky situation. Mango specifically showing this one area of the map I'm just not a huge fan of is playing around the base of these towers. Big shots out of Mango. Dark Zero watching 3M&K fall to the ring. I mean, they were all the way down.
Enemy here.
Way over here. So the fact that they're even able to get up around, take this rotation, and go all the way in, if the AOC can make it, that alone would be a miracle.
Position here.
TSM taking a fight over on the southeast side of the available play, and that was going to be up against Team Bunny Core. TSM making one hell of a statement here tonight. Reminder, TSM in first with 65. The team in second place, none other than our two-time 2024 champions, Team Kieto. A 24-point difference between Kieto and TSM. TSM playing very differently this evening, looking to put their name in the hat as 2024 winners here in the Proving Grounds. Athena also taking some shots. The triple take here in the hands of Strawberry Jane. Gonna have to back up momentarily, get those heals off. A good double buster out of Skytex as Sage starts to take damage. And now Dark Zero pushing into these tunnels. Renee getting ready for that push out, getting ready to potentially charge up that Havoc and start unleashing Havoc. I know. Stick around. Rain now taking fire from the southern side of the tunnels as well. They are able to opt out of this and get down into survey camp, which is exactly what they do. Luckily for them, Avalon not watching this building yet. Let's see. I can't imagine they... Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, is I can't imagine they pushed into this building just yet. There are numerous teams that have moved in to this survey camp area, so playing on this outer, this inner edge, excuse me, is exceptionally difficult. Engineer taking some damage. Rain tries to solidify their positioning here inside of survey camp. They're on board. Quieto and Kamor able to down one. TSM will be eliminated in a huge fight up against TSM. Scan comes through, bad intentions, getting ready to push in. That nade went completely through the window. So sorry, cannot return to sender. Bad intentions taking damage. Gwen will fall for Quieto. Quieto will fall as a whole, but not before they took out the likes of TSM. Quieto settling for 11. A very big push out of Bad Intentions. Bad Intentions was sitting in 18th with 5 before this game started, so adding numerous kill points already. 2 kill points. But they've already bumped themselves up into 10th place, which will be another 2 points there for placement. OG Red, Dark Zero, we're still inside of this tricky little train tunnel. Not much movement needed from either team. Insomnia sitting up at the northern end of the tunnel. Plenty of ground watching going on here. Even from Selena, she's going to Caitlin Clark that all the way in. A beautiful hit for 40, another for 20.
Enemy spotted.
We'll just let them pick and poke at each other as Athena gets ready to go into Beast of the Hunt. Get that entry break as quickly as possible. Pushing in, it's Strawberry Jane's going to be throwing that flatline down. Right, does have one player completely broken. Going to hit with another one over Eagle Shield to get the scan there. Picking up 5, realizing there's more than just one team here. Red getting the revive on to Dopey and quickly.
Let's go that way.
Nina's still outside, now taking a little bit more damage. 3 MEK will finally be eliminated. Vale, where are you? I saw you with that Graber. Watch Vale here. She's going to wait for one of these players to sit down. Oh my goodness gracious. Vale with an absolute needle threat behind that barrel to take out Sage. Athena will be eliminated because of it. Red taking a fight here, top survey camp. He's going to give the break-in down. Noiwi, that's going to be Avalon. I can talk, it just takes a little bit to think sometimes. We get their player back inside the building here, shouldn't be too bad. LG Red going to be going for a revive as well, so it's going to be a heal off as the players kind of get back into the action and quickly. As CN, they do have this Watson pylon, which will block all these things. They're going to try and hit a hip fire. Scraper shot, it sounded like. He's now left in a 1v3. Unable to survive the push of NPL. SCN will be eliminated. Couple shots out of Vale. Look into that. Here comes Bangalore. Rolling Thunder that's not going to connect because of that Watson pylon. The Watson pylon playing favor for them. Dark Zero raining hell. Zero does have a great position here as they get ready to push in. Bottom has no idea what to do. It's LG Red. They're trying to survive this onslaught as they're getting pushed up on, and quickly Avalon will be eliminated. Dopey going to go for some heals here. Gabs is high up on this crane. You can see up on this crane where Gabs is. If I can raise that. There we go. There is a lot of cover here. She is able to fire upon this hill here. Able to fire essentially all the way around. Swap over the Bad Intentions, unfortunately too late. But Insomnia down Bad Intentions. Envy playing high ground right now, able to call out so many pieces of useful information in this place. NBL still going down bottom. That's going to be a Dark Zero taking some fire there from Vale. LG and Red will be eliminated. And Vale actually down the Dark Zero player that was pushing up. Going to take down that Shield Diffuser. Vale trying to stay alive, unable to do so. This Heal Lovely Emma now stuck in a tight spot as Dark Zero is still a team of 3. versus MBL. And Insomnia, as we are down to the top 3. We'll see what that final score is going to look like here momentarily. Reminder, these teams will not have to push in as aggressively just yet. Does that mean it'll stop them? Absolutely not. Once you get that first entry break, you get that player down, there's going to be a push from one team and a third party from another. Fire going to come out from Andy. It's going to be a beautiful one. It's going to do plenty of damage. It's also going to highlight their whereabouts. The Knuckle Cluster comes through. MBL will be eliminated, and Insomnia should be able to push in on this fight as their teams in between buildings. Just like that's going airborne. Dark Zero, they do have high ground. As it stands, Insomnia, they were sitting in third with 40, so looking to capitalize on some of these fallen players and pick up those kill points as well. It's a couple extra placement points. 12 placement points for first place on the line, and Insomnia trying to make that next one. And it goes airborne, and it's going to be a big Insomnia win here in game number 5. Very well played game out of Insomnia as they hung out on that northern end of tunnel. They moved in slow in with purpose. Moved in to perfectly time that third party at the end, and boy, oh boy, does it show. Congratulations to Insomnia here in game number 5. We'll be back for game number 6, our final game, as we move over to Storm Point for one more here in the Proving Grounds Ladies' Night. All right, we're getting ready to go with the final game here in Ladies' Night. Dark Zero will be playing as a duo. We try to give everybody a little bit of time here, but Angie's going through the ringer tonight, unfortunately, and Dark Zero will be playing as a duo for this final game. An unfortunate series of circumstances for them, really, because they are sitting in third for the time being, and the team directly behind them, LG Red, and the team directly behind them, Quieto. Reminder that Quieto and LG Red are the winners of every single Ladies' Night this year so far. So it looks like we're going to be seeing a new winner here, chat. I don't like the jinx things, but TSM right now, just TSM and Insomnia are flying through these lobbies. A couple win for TSM in game number 4, a win for Insomnia there in game number 5, but we are on Storm Point here for this final bout in Ladies' Night. I don't know why I said bout. This isn't wrestling or UFC or any of that, but it's okay. We're moving. If you're looking for the prize pool, it can be found in the rules. To any players watching, it's 500. Sometimes, chat, I put rules out just for fun. Avalon versus Athena. Athena is down 1. Currently some P2020 action flying through. Sage actually going to get some transfer over there. Athena will be eliminated at the hands of Avalon. A very close call there. Insomnia now getting ready to take their contest up against Team Bulletproof over here at North Pad. Insomnia has come out 2-0 on top of their contest. And if you want to be, statistically correct, Insomnia has come out 5-0 on all contests this evening. 5-0. Insane to think about. Insomnia will down 1. Envy flying in with the Volt. Here comes Selena and the quick zips, I guess is what we were going to call those before my brain froze. Bulletproof will be eliminated. Bulletproof will fall to Insomnia. Bad Intentions getting ready to make their rotation over here. Excuse me, they do land over at this coastal camp area and then rotate over to the east towards Echo HQ. Team will be keeping an eye on Dark Zero, team that is literally on the very edge of making even just a little bit of pizza money. So Dark Zero will be coming back to them. Currently TSM leading with 69 points. Insomnia in second with 65. Dark Zero in third with 51. LG in fourth with 49. And Quieto in fifth with 48. We do pay out the top 3 teams. Actually, 1 second. Answer a player in Discord. Reminder, all rules can be found in the Discord. In the info channel specifically. Bad Intention still playing Overwatch, and I believe this was Quieto that's pushing down on top of Avalon, as Avalon now trying to make their rotation away from this HQ. Good long-range shots there out of Beyblade Girl. Nemesis in hand. V-Heart going to go for a rotation. Wavy will fall. Quieto picking up a kill point. V-Heart screen a little bit of wiggly there. Beyblade playing a little hide-and-seek and winning. I always love when that happens. When you just run by a player sometimes, it always just, catches you off guard. Catalyst Wall is going to come out from V-Heart. She's going to try and get away here as Quieto is on the push. As Quieto gets ready to push in, it's going to be Bad Intentions also looking for a little play in this action. A nice little wall slide in climb there from Jen's Void to make sure she doesn't fall too low and give up high ground. Thermite going to go out. Huge nade comes through from Quieto. This could be a Bangalore all early up against Bad Intentions. So as a wheel down one, here comes the loaded RE45. Bad Intentions will be eliminated at the hands of Quieto. Actually, quite the scenario, because Avalon and Athena drop here.
Salamat. Time battery makes it a bit harder to get up.
Bad Intentions lands over here at Coastal Camp. Quieto drops all the way down from Launchpad and Devastated Coast. And now it's Quieto coming out on top of a POI that originally... I mean, I guess normally you wouldn't make this kind of rotation. But Quieto says, the hell with that. We need kill points. We're hungry for some pizza money as well. You're sitting in 5th with 48. Only a couple points to go till they break into that top 3. ESM has already gone for their rotation into zone. You can see 3M and K on the heels. TSM landing up at Lightning Rod, kind of making this rotation down towards Stormcatcher quickly, potentially just giving themselves a little edge here, not letting any of these teams grief them too hard. MYS versus MVL. MYS with the high ground here in Cascade Falls. Mill, Weewoo versus Rain. This is Dark Zero's original drop spot. So Dark Zero's already picked up all the goodies here. So sorry, shop's closed. Rain versus Weewoo, and Weewoo on this low to mid ground here. Bloodhound scan, helpful to just let these players know where they are. You are able to double the length in which a opposing player's body shows up as scanned as well, as part of the new level up system with these Evo shields. So once you hit that first one, you're able to select, a double time or a double length. So you get yourself a couple extra seconds, which, if anything, extremely crucial in these kind of standoff-ish fights. This was Hex Girls. Yes, Hex Girls versus SCN. Now Mill been joined.
We got company, people.
Rain looking to take part in this contest over at Mill. Rain is no longer welcome. There's no soliciting allowed as Rain gets pushed away here. I have no idea. I had no idea where Dark Zero went. That's what I wanted to see. They're way down here at Echo HQ. After the lobby has already fought there, MYS will be eliminated over on this. MYS was a completely different fight. Cascade Falls, that's where MBL versus MYS was. So MBL coming out on top of that fight.
Spotted an enemy.
Ever curious to see what Hex Girls are going to do here. They do have a crafter directly in front of them. Exceptionally useful in these early games when you're looking for a little bit of extra ammo. Unfortunately for them, also potentially looking for that extra ammo and watching the crafter going to be SCN. Potentially get away with crafting some ammo, but is it going to cost you your life? Is it going to cost your team a player? What you don't want to see. MVL now taking on LG Red. LG Red has gone high ground. Dopey going to reload this Volt and push in. Start hip firing on one, able to call out that there's 2 players there and go for a height rotation, unfortunately right into the V that is MVL. Gabs is playing Pathfinder. See Pathfinder in combat. I'm a huge Pathfinder fan, I gotta say. Gab's able to get away temporarily. Should be able to get the heals up there. Gab's able to down Bale. Should be able to down one more here as Emma falls. The charge comes out. And that's gonna be all it was for MVL. LG Red comes out on top. There's fights going on everywhere right now, and this one's going to be between, I believe, Quieto and Avalon. It is. Avalon on the hide here from Quieto. Going to do some Radiant Shield transfer to charge up those friendly shields, especially taking damage. The Radiant Shield transfer didn't do enough. B-Heart Eyes able to push in. A beautiful, almost sneak attack there from Kamor, but not going to be able to make those connections. Now Quieto on the run. Or could have potentially fallen there. Should be able to get away ever so slightly behind these boxes to get some heals off as B-Heart and company. Avalon going to survive. Dark Zero have moved into placement point range, earning themselves 1 point so far. Everyone fully aware of what's taking place on this western side of the map. Weewoo taking shots over at STN as STN's going to go for a rotation towards this large Central Pride Rock area. A couple teams directly up in front of them. Not sure what just happened to Jem. Jem got kind of delayed there. I hope that was a visual bug on my part and not an actual situation for her. 3M and K looking for any sort of cover on this Rocky Hill area. Narnia going to end up running to Narnia to try and stay alive, taking shot after shot after shot. The triple takes from range, doing plenty of damage. STN split up now. Toucan and Nat trying to get back together. See yet another rock there from Nat. She does have the ability to throw out that Bangalore Rolling Thunder. Going to opt not to do it just yet. Hold off for the time being, maybe give themselves a little bit more ground clearance between teams, but it's Team Pink that's over here playing spoiler to the STN rotation. I'm not sure how that shot was not a connection there, but I'm just a guy talking over a stream. No idea. Getting ready to engage TSM. They will break each other there. That's going to be Sabs versus Janie. Going for the break. Kyrie almost missed the player there. Quick little hemlock shots. Going to take care of business. WeWoo eliminated TSM, adding more kill points to their name as Kyrie becomes your kill leader with 3. You want to see... Okay, so Insomnia potentially looking at this bow check. Not something that I personally am a fan of using, but definitely does get used quite a bit and very well here in a competitive setting. TSM versus LG Red. Red taking their time, resetting, getting those heals correctly. TSM is the only thing standing between LG Red and Zone. Safety, if you will. No Bangalore Rolling Thunder here in the pocket of Sabs. We do have the Valkyrie ultimate in the hands of Kyrie, but not something you're going to want to use in such a close quarters fight. You can get shot completely out of that. And with the inability now to rotate and spin around like a crazy person. LG Red's going to go for it. They've got 30 seconds. A wise call out of LG Red from the IGL to go for the long rotation. Zipline here in the hand of Gabs. So once they get out of here, all thanks to the new Pathfinder rework, should be able to get themselves pretty darn close to zone without taking any major damage. Insomnia getting into a fight here up against Team Immune. Immune inside of this building as you see it falling. EBG has fallen. Red now the sole player alone for Team Immune. Insomnia on the hunt. But Insomnia sitting at second at 65, only 4 points behind DSM before going into this game. And he's going to fall back here. Plenty of time to pop this Phoenix kit, unless, God forbid, an Arc Star flies through that door right into your pocket. Reminder from earlier in the day, you are not supposed to catch grenades in your pocket. Pink with a beautiful angle here. Pink gonna just kind of pop at damage. Plenty of ammo here in the triple take. 96 rounds to work with. Again, all you gotta do is just enough damage. You keep doing that damage, chipping away at those heals later in the game, even if it's not a pure hand. These players will fall just thanks to no heals. Pink very comfortable on this western side of the map. Not as comfortable as Nat, who is sitting, you know, just on the other side of this little fence. Let's get an overview of this camping spot, shall we? Sorry, rat spot. Look at that. It's beautiful. No team in the vicinity, except for over there across the river.
Hostile, my marker.
Those were spiders across the river anyway. So you know what? I stand by what I say. It's like a Rain versus LG Red now. We're on the eastern side of the map. We're just to the left of Cedo Station.
I think we should move that.
LG Red could potentially catch a huge frag, and luckily for them, they're not going to, but I do believe the Bloodhound ultimate came out. It did. Mango leading the charge. And high ground being taken out of LG Red. Rain now down to 2. As Mango tries to clean that up, but Gabs becomes your lobby kill leader with 5. Reminder, there's a $25 bonus just for being tonight's kill leader. Avalon will fall at the hands of LG Red. LG Red now, they do have quite a nice walk into this zone. 3M and K going to be the only team that can really play spoiler to that. They do have high ground. Flatline in hand of Narnia. They do have all 3 ultimates ready to go. Time comes. TSM moving in very slowly. TSM also moving in.
Let's reposition there.
Probably a little bit closer to STN than they would have liked. Nat is just being a very, very quiet little player sitting behind this pillbox, not doing too much, just trying to keep her movement
Let's regroup here.
to a minimum. Kyrie's going to go up here now. As Kyrie goes up, will this scan? It will not. It does scan the solo player. And I think for them, I think for STN, that's best case scenario because TSM 100% could have stopped something with that kill point, but they're opting to do a full rotation across the playable zone here and give themselves zone. It's a beautiful zone they give themselves. The mod dump's going to come. Kyrie fakes, and they get the blood out scan. All 3 on the other side of the rock, and here comes Beast of the Hunt. We're going into aggro mode as TSM starts their push. 3MK wide swing out of Zap, good at having. Let these teams do a little bit of damage here. 3MK will be eliminated. TSM getting ready to potentially fall. As favorite becomes the sole remaining player, Pink will be eliminated as well. I'm not really sure what just happened over here, but Nat came in and cleaned up Pink. TSM will be eliminated. And you know right now that the STN voice chat, very, very loud, would not recommend jumping in there accidentally at any time. SCN eliminated. Insomnia now looking to go back-to-back map wins. Would be a huge shift in potential scoring here from TSM and Insomnia. Insomnia also, as a note, joined this lobby about an hour before we began as a waitlist. So Insomnia proving and staying warm much, much ahead. Here at Lady Knight. Beautiful push out of Selena. Beautiful down out of Julie onto X-Girl. This is going to be a crucial fight here for Insomnia to get down and hide inside. X-Girls will fall.
Let's go this way.
Mantic going to shoot those out. Now, you are able to put some stuff under those cars, but I don't think that it's going to be as chaotic as we're kind of thinking here. LG Red, also a reminder, they're 20 points behind first place, which was TSM coming into this game. Gabs is taking that shit personally. That's all I'm going to say. 7 and 13 kills to LG Red right now. Based on that alone, they've got themselves one hell of a game if they can come out on top after some mistakes by TSM. On top of this exact hill. Black Hole's going to come through from Dopey. Here comes the Arc Star to pull them all in. A frag grenade. Catch this if you can, pretty please. Good hits out of Dopey. Just on the other side of Gabs here. Gabs, who's been already frying this lobby, mowing them down, has collected 7. The push in, able to clean up 1. Gem will fall. Gabs with some beautiful recoil control from distance. On sitting up high ground here, able to finish out the STN.
Move here.
All coming out from Non as LG Red still looking to push into this fight. 3 squads remaining. LG Red, Insomnia, and I believe just the Dark Zero Scar. This is ridiculous out of Dark Zero to be in the top 3 as a duo in a lobby as competitive as this. Insomnia for the time being. Selena trying to keep the hopes and dreams alive here. Not going to be able to happen. LG Red has been running through this lobby. They're not ready to give up their title just yet. We said they needed a 20-point game to get to where TSM was. Not sure where TSM was. Actually, let's check where TSM finished. Come back to it because LG Red is going to win the final game here in Ladies' Night. A monstrous game out of them. Cannot wait to see this leaderboard change-up.
We have our Apex champion.
One hell of a way to close things out here. The final game of Ladies' Night. Again, just waiting for scores to update here, and we'll talk over final standings momentarily. All right, there you have it. A big finish out of Team Insomnia coming in, almost taking first place. Excuse me, they did take first place. Let me finish my thoughts. Insomnia gonna round out first place here, 84 points to their name. LG Red gonna take second place, and TSM's gonna have to settle for third, unfortunately, after a very dominant series from TSM, falling just short at the very, very end. An unfortunate series, like I said, but a huge game out of Team Insomnia. My name's Mazida. I'm the host of the Apex Legends Proving Grounds, and we'll see you guys again in just 1 week for some Proving Grounds Hide and Seek, partnered with Taiga and GZ Cookies. I will see you all next week. Thank you so much to all the amazing ladies that show up and support this program every single month. We will see every single one of you again soon.